Hello world! Welcome back to another picoGym exercise write-up video. In this video, we'll be walking through the general skills challenge, Strings It. Let's get into it. Can you find the flag in file without running it? I sure hope so. Well, the title of the challenge is called Strings It, so we're probably going to just do a string operation on it. Now I'm going to do this one a little differently. Normally I would use Linux's string command, but I want to show you it with the sysinternal suite because that contains a strings command for Windows in it. So I already have the strings command kind of, I think you can do, or is it /? Yeah. So I have the strings command already linked to my environment variables. Well, I have the whole sysinternal suite linked to my environment variables, so I can just run them at whenever I want to in the command line. And if you notice here, it does say sysinternal, so you do know that this comes from sysinternals, and this is where you can get them. They're really nifty. And there's plenty of other tools that do a lot of other things as well. So this pretty much works the same as the normal strings command on Linux, but you get an extra benefit of having a recurse subdirectories option here, and I don't think the Linux one does. I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly certain it doesn't. So let's run, I mean, we don't need it for this, but let's look here, and I have the strings file already loaded here, which you saw in the directory from the beginning of the challenge. And we're just gonna run strings on it to see what we get. Okay, that's too much. It looks like a bunch of base64 strings, but before we go and try to decode all these to see if a flag is located within them, let's actually just try to find the picoCTF flag format first in case there's a plain text of it inside the strings, and the base64 strings are just red herrings essentially. So we can just do find str, which is kind of like Windows version of grep, and then we can just do pico. I believe find str by default does regex as well. So there's our flag actually. picoCTF strings it. So we didn't need to decode any of those base64 strings. So let's go ahead and go back to our flag submission and submit. All right, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comments section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.